Are you living up to your full potential as an entrepreneur? Are you exceeding in every facet of your business right now? If not, why not? Maybe it's because you're trapped in the entrepreneurial hamster wheel of stagnation. But how would you know if you're running in circles or running towards your highest potential? This is a tough question to answer, and it's what I'm going to be talking about in today's episode. So buckle up. Let's dive in. Welcome to You Are Buzzworthy. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Buzzworthy Marketing Show, the podcast that empowers entrepreneurs to live a fulfilled life of entrepreneurial freedom. Today, I'm excited to explore on how to be profitably adaptable and uncover how entrepreneurs can approach innovation in the small business world. Let's start with answering the question, what is profitable adaptation? Well, profitable adaptation is the ability to thrive in a rapidly changing business environment. In the business world, we hear a quote many lend to Darwin that goes, "It's not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent, but rather the most adaptable to change." But you know what? Darwin never said this. It was actually a business professor from Louisiana. His name was Leon Megginson, who coined the phrase back in 1963. He ends the quote with, it is not the most intellectual of species that survives. It is not the strongest that survives, but the species that survives is the one that is able to adapt and adjust to the changing environment in which it finds itself, end quote. A connection on LinkedIn, one of my connections on LinkedIn, Timothy Lowe, wrote an entire article on the subject, which is very similar to how I'm going to approach profitable adaptation. It underscores the idea that adaptability is the key to increased profitability. See, in today's fast business landscape, innovation is crucial. Small businesses may not have the resources of giants, but they can still thrive by approaching innovation strategically, which lends to the question, how do entrepreneurs profitably embrace innovation? Well, let's take a look. In Timothy's article, he highlights that in the past, micro innovations like changing restocking frequencies could sustain small businesses. But as inefficiencies get eliminated, macro innovations or disruptions become necessary. Think of companies like Uber and Airbnb, which disrupted traditional and long-standing industries and gained supernatural profits. So how can you as an entrepreneur tap into innovation? Well, by embracing change. We all know change is constant, and as entrepreneurs, we must learn to embrace it. Whether it's in technological advancements, market shifts, or consumer preferences, adaptation is the name of the game. But change for change's sake is not profitable. No, we have to first identify inefficiencies and find ways to change those practices to a more efficient model, which then creates higher profits. One major inefficiency that almost always exists for service-based businesses is labor. In most developed countries, labor is the most expensive component of business. This has led to the rise of automation, artificial intelligence technology in various industries. But instead of fearing these trends, we should embrace them. There is no reason to try and hold on to the old ways of doing business if there are faster, more efficient, and more impactful ways of delivering your service to your clients. So let's look at some practical steps for you to profitably adapt. Now, as an entrepreneur, you know you can't afford to be complacent, but with a bit of success, we all can easily fall into the trap of treading water. I know I suffered it a few years ago, right before I decided to shut the doors on my conventional creative agency. The crazy thing about my agency was that it actually started out as a recording studio back in 2005. After a year of grinding out 18-hour days and squeaking out, get this, $22,000 to live off of in my first year, I knew I had to make a change quickly. I adapted the recording studio into a production studio by expanding the type of media we produced. Over the next few years, I kept adding to my services, but not really changing how we did business until I transformed the production company into what is called a creative agency. Now, for those who might not know the difference, a production studio merely creates marketing materials for other businesses, while creative agencies create marketing strategies for companies, and then produces the materials to support those strategies. It was the shift, or what I felt as a personal innovation, that propelled the company into a multi-million-dollar business. But then I got complacent. I thought I had made the final transformation, and all I had to do was grow our capacity, and I was on the gravy train. Boy, was I wrong. Unfortunately, it wasn't until late 2018, after returning from a video expedition I had in Italy, that I realized I hadn't built a business, but a job that wasn't paying what I was worth, a job that I really didn't like, living a lifestyle that wasn't congruent with what I should have had by that time. That was 13 years into business. I took a long, hard look at how I was doing business and started to look at ways I could dig myself out of the rut I was in. But the only answers that I really made sense was burning the whole thing to the ground and starting over again completely in a different direction. And so that's what I did. I closed the door on a 13,000 square foot building, sent 22 employees home, and moved into a 1,300 square foot building, technically a 1,300 square foot office space, I should say, with just one employee. It was the start of where I am today and was the biggest innovation of my entrepreneurial career. Was it hard? Yes. Did I second guess myself along the way? Of course. Was it worth every second of effort, of blood, sweat, and tears to build it, all back from the ground up? Yes, definitely. Now, am I saying that you should have to burn whatever you currently have to the ground in order to find true innovation and success? No. Well, probably not. It really depends on where you are in your journey and if what you have now is salvageable. In my case, I could have spent 5 years reworking what I had, but I am certain it would not have turned out as well as what I have now. So in the end, these kinds of situations are as unique as each entrepreneur that is working through the next iteration of themselves. But regardless of how unique your situation is, there are 3 steps to approaching profitable accountability. The first step is to embrace innovation by staying informed about industry trends, emerging technologies, and changes in consumer preferences. Be open to the new ideas and technologies that can improve your products or services and foster a culture of innovation within yourself and your business. Encourage employees to suggest and implement creative solutions. Hold future thinking brainstorms, or just have a suggestion box in the office. However you do it, be sure to stay a student of the world around you, both within and around your industry. The second step is becoming a continuous learner and dedicating yourself to skill development. Invest in your own education and skill development to remain relevant in your industry. Identify areas where you can acquire new skills or knowledge that align with the market demands, along with encouraging your team to engage in ongoing training and professional development to enhance their adaptability at the same time. Lastly, experiment and be ready to pivot. Don't be afraid to test new strategies, test new products, test new markets, test them on a small scale before committing fully. Monitor the results of your experiments closely and be willing to pivot if something isn't working. Maintain flexibility in your business plan and be prepared to adapt to changing circumstances swiftly. The more nimble you are with your small company today will dictate how well it can adapt in the future as it grows. These steps can help you proactively navigate change and turn it into an opportunity for increased profitability. So be sure to find a way to incorporate them into your strategic planning process. As you bring a profitably adaptable mindset to your business plan, you will begin to truly understand what it will take to grow exponentially and thrive. It's not about working harder, but working smarter and replicating what works. Remember, as entrepreneurs, we have the power to profitably adapt, innovate, and thrive in an ever-changing world. Stay adaptable, stay profitable, keep chasing your entrepreneurial dreams, and stay buzzworthy. Hey there, remember to like and subscribe to Buzzworthy Marketing Show so you don't miss a single episode. And to learn more about me and my company, Buzzworthy Marketing, be sure to check out my website at buzzworthy.biz.